Night cloaked the city in restless silver shadows. Noah sat awake, the subway card before him. The word Ellis glowed beneath his desk lamp. His mind replayed the face again and again. Two girls, one blood, one secret, one truth. He couldn't sleep, only stare through the glass. Outside, taxis hissed along rain-slicked streets below. Inside, his reflection stared back, pale and haunted. Maya slept peacefully, her toy bear in arms. He envied her innocence, untouched by mystery's weight. A knock echoed. Soft, deliberate, unexpected, wrong. Noah opened the door to Darren Cole's face. Darren, his security chief, stood tense and alert. "Sir, we traced something," he said, voice low. He placed a file gently upon the table. Ellis Ward, missing child, age 7, Portland. Noah's pulse surged like thunder in his chest. "She vanished 3 years ago without a trace." Noah whispered, "She looks exactly like my daughter." Darren hesitated, eyes full of grim understanding. "DNA could confirm it, but tread carefully, sir." Noah nodded slowly, hands trembling around the card. "Find her," he said. "Find where she came from." The night swallowed his words like a promise kept. Outside, lightning split the sky above Manhattan's towers, and somewhere far away a child stirred in dreams. The name Ellis whispered again through Noah's mind. Not just a name, a beginning of truth. Night cloaked the city in restless silver shadows. Noah sat awake, the subway card before him. The word Ellis glowed beneath his desk lamp. His mind replayed the face again and again. Two girls, one blood, one secret, one truth. He couldn't sleep, only stare through the glass. Outside, taxis hissed along rain-slicked streets below. Inside, his reflection stared back, pale and haunted. Maya slept peacefully, her toy bear in arms. He envied her innocence, untouched by mystery's weight. A knock echoed. Soft, deliberate, unexpected, wrong. Noah opened the door to Darren Cole's face. Darren, his security chief, stood tense and alert. "Sir, we traced something," he said, voice low. He placed a file gently upon the table. Ellis Ward, missing child, age 7, Portland. Noah's pulse surged like thunder in his chest. "She vanished 3 years ago without a trace." Noah whispered, "She looks exactly like my daughter." Darren hesitated, eyes full of grim understanding. "DNA could confirm it, but tread carefully, sir." Noah nodded slowly, hands trembling around the card. "Find her," he said. "Find where she came from." The night swallowed his words like a promise kept. Outside, lightning split the sky above Manhattan's towers, and somewhere far away a child stirred in dreams. The name Ellis whispered again through Noah's mind. Not just a name, a beginning of truth. Morning arrived slow, pale, and unforgivingly quiet. Noah brewed coffee, though his hands still shook. The city outside moved, oblivious to his storm. He opened the file Darren left the night before. Photos spilled out, police reports, witness statements, headlines. Each page whispered the same haunting name, Ellis Ward. A photograph stopped him cold. A little girl smiling, missing posters blurred beneath his tired, sleepless eyes. Maya's face overlapped hers in a cruel mirage. Same dimple, same eyes, same small scar on chin. He touched the photo, breath catching in disbelief. Could fate twist lives this cruelly, this precisely? Darren entered quietly, voice calm but urgent. "Sir, there's more. Ellis's mother is still searching." Noah froze, mug trembling slightly in his grasp. "She lives in Portland. Name's Clara Ward, art teacher." Noah's gaze shifted to the skyline, unfocused, distant. "Does she know about Maya?" he asked softly. "No," Darren said. "But someone else might soon." "What do you mean?" Noah's tone sharpened instantly. There's movement in your company's private files, sir. Someone's accessing restricted archives about your adoption records. Noah's stomach turned. His empire had cracks beneath marble. Lock it down, he said, and trace every keystroke. Darren nodded, already reaching for his encrypted phone. Noah sat back, heart pounding like a trapped thing. He looked toward the bedroom door. Maya's laughter echoed. Her joy felt like sunlight in a dark room. But behind that light now hid a shadowed truth. Somewhere out there, a woman believed her daughter lost. And somewhere inside him, a father feared losing his. Clara Ward painted near the Willamette River every morning. Her easel faced the water, her silence deliberate armor. The river never asked questions, only carried memories away. She dipped her brush, but her hands trembled faintly. On the canvas bloomed a child's face, half remembered. Every stroke was both devotion and quiet punishment. It had been 5 years since Ellis vanished entirely. 5 years since the playground, the broken swing, the scream. The police said abduction. The world said tragedy. But a mother's heart said something else. Unfinished truth. The paint dripped, tracing tears she no longer allowed herself. Her phone buzzed softly on the weathered wooden bench. Unknown number. For a moment she considered ignoring it. Then instinct made her answer. Clara Ward speaking. A low male voice came through, cautious, deliberate, calm. Mrs. Ward, my name is Darren Cole. Please listen. She froze, brush mid-air, as her pulse stuttered once. I work for someone who believes he's found your daughter. The world tilted slightly. Air left her lungs. That's cruel, she whispered. People have said that before. This isn't a scam, Darren continued. We have proof. Photographs, medical records, DNA matches under sealed archives. Clara's brush fell, smearing color across the ground. Where is she? She breathed, voice breaking apart. Portland, Darren said softly, with a man named Noah. Please, don't do anything yet. Just come see. Clara sank to her knees beside her canvas, shaking. The river glittered behind her like nothing had changed. But everything had already shifted forever. The rain fell steady over Portland's east side streets. Noah stood near the window, watching clouds swallow the skyline. Inside, the apartment was quiet. Too quiet lately. Hazel and Grace were coloring by the small heater. Their laughter, once bright, now carried an edge of worry. He turned as a knock echoed through the hall. Not urgent, but deliberate. Someone who knew they'd be answered. Noah opened the door, half expecting Ethan or delivery. Instead, a woman stood there, soaked, trembling, breathless. Her eyes, the same hazel as Hazel's, locked on him. For a heartbeat, neither spoke. The world narrowed completely. Who are you? She whispered, her voice cracking mid-word. Noah swallowed hard, the question cutting deeper than intended. Clara Ward, she said, where is my daughter? The words hit like thunder, sharp, impossible, final. Noah's heart stopped. The room tilted under the weight. Hazel peeked from behind the couch, eyes wide with fear. Mom? She said softly, uncertainty trembling in her tone. Clara's lips parted, but sound refused to follow. Tears blurred her sight as she stumbled forward, shaking. Noah moved between them, his voice breaking with restraint. Wait, please, it's not what you think, Clara. She glared, grief burning hotter than reason could contain. You took her, she hissed, voice raw and trembling. For 5 years I've buried her every single night. Hazel ran into her arms before Noah could stop her. Clara fell to her knees, clutching the child desperately tight. Her sobs tore through the air like shattered glass. Noah looked away, guilt crawling beneath every breath he took. He hadn't stolen Hazel. He had saved her once. But explanations meant little against a mother's endless ache. Darren's voice came from the doorway, steady and heavy. She deserves to know, Noah. All of it. Now. Noah's jaw clenched. He nodded, his soul unraveling slowly. He looked at Clara, then Hazel, then the storm outside. "Sit down," he said softly. "This will change everything." Clara sat rigid, her arms still wrapped around Hazel. Rain tapped against the window, steady like a heartbeat. Grace watched from the corner, confusion darkening her eyes. Noah stood by the counter, hands trembling, voice barely steady. "I didn't steal her," he began, each word weighted carefully. "I found her. The night everything went wrong." Clara's breath caught. "What night?" she demanded, voice raw. "The night of the fire," Noah said quietly. "The old Maplewood complex, 5 winters ago." Clara froze. The name struck her like a lightning bolt. "I was there," she whispered, "searching through ashes and smoke." Her hands shook harder, tears spilling despite her will. "They told me no one made it out alive." Noah nodded slowly, his eyes dark with memory. "I was working a late shift, driving home that night. I saw the flames before anyone else called for help." He stared past her now, back into that burning scene. "The building collapsed in minutes. I heard a child screaming. I broke a window, went inside, couldn't see anything. There was smoke, fire, glass, and one small voice crying." He paused, eyes glistening. It was Hazel. She was alone. Clara's breath turned to sobs, half relief, half anguish. "She was calling for you," Noah continued quietly. "I carried her out. Barely made it myself. The paramedics said no family name, no ID, nothing. She kept saying, 'Mom's gone, it's my fault.'" He swallowed hard. "No one claimed her. The records burned. I tried hospitals, shelters, foster offices, everything," he said. "They told me she'd vanish in the system within weeks. I couldn't let that happen. Not to her. So I kept her, changed my name, started over." His voice cracked on the last word, shame, heavy and real. Clara's face broke open, grief and gratitude colliding at once. "You should have found me," she whispered, trembling with rage. "I thought you were dead," he whispered back, broken. "They showed me a list. Your name was on it." He sank into a chair, defeated, the rain whispering above them. Hazel clutched Clara tighter, tears soaking her mother's shirt. "Mom, he didn't mean to hurt us," she murmured. Clara closed her eyes, torn between rage and mercy. Years of loss pressed against one moment of fragile truth. Darren finally spoke, breaking the fragile quiet. "You both lost something in that fire," he said. "But maybe you both saved something too." Noah looked at Clara, voice raw and steady again. "I'll tell you everything, every detail. You deserve that." She nodded slowly, eyes red but unflinching. "Then start," she said. "From the beginning." Noah took a slow breath, eyes distant and heavy. Outside, thunder rumbled low, echoing like memory itself. Hazel sat between them, clutching her teddy bear tight. The air felt thick, grief, guilt, and rain mixing together. "It was winter," Noah began, his tone low and strained. "The coldest night that year, streets coated in frost. I was delivering medical supplies to the next town over. Driving past Maplewood, I saw the smoke rising fast." He paused, staring at his trembling hands as he spoke. "The fire started in the East Wing. Electrical, they said. People were trapped before the alarms even went off. I called for help, but it was already spreading fast. I heard screams, glass shattering, children crying for parents." Grace's eyes filled with tears, her breath catching quietly. Clara's hands balled into fists, bracing for what came next. "I ran inside," Noah said. "Couldn't see a thing. The hallways were filled with black smoke and flame. I found a door half open, and she was there. Hazel, curled up, clutching a stuffed rabbit, crying for you." He wiped at his eyes, voice shaking. She was just a baby. She kept saying your name. Mama's coming back soon. I tried to find anyone else, but the roof was collapsing. There was no time. I had to choose. Save her or die too. Clara turned away, tears falling freely, chest tight with pain. She doesn't remember, she whispered. Not the fire, not me. Noah nodded softly. She was unconscious before we escaped. The firefighters came too late, he continued. Everything gone. When they asked, she had no name, no papers, no trace. She was so small I couldn't leave her to strangers. I thought I'd find you later, but every record was erased. He leaned back, exhaustion in every word, every breath. I kept her safe, I swear. I never meant to steal her. I just couldn't lose another soul to that fire. Clara looked at him, torn between fury and fragile gratitude. You gave her life, she whispered, but you took mine away. Noah's head dropped, silent tears falling into his hands. Rain battered the windows harder, thunder breaking above them. The truth filled the house like smoke, heavy, choking, real. Darren stood in the corner, eyes low, voice barely steady. Then what caused the fire, Noah? What really started it? Noah froze. His jaw tightened. His eyes darkened suddenly. That's the part I've never told anyone, he said slowly. Because the fire, it wasn't just an accident. Clara's head snapped up, fear flashing through her eyes. What do you mean? She demanded, voice sharp and trembling. Noah looked up, face pale as lightning flashed outside. It was set, he whispered. Someone wanted that building to burn.